Mindset is the way we approach each and every situation. How we deal with anxiety, how we deal with stress, and how we create managing systems for these situations that come across in our lives. During my challenges, the training has to be divided between the physical and the mindset. There'll be about 70% of my training has to be done on my mindset. Then the other 30% is the physical training, but that 30% also has its 100% in it, so you really need to train physically as well. But when it comes to the challenge, it's your mindset that is going to make or break you.
But that was intense, huh?
To me, my mindset can make me achieve something I am not capable of, and can also make me fail in something that I am capable of doing if I don't have the right mindset and approach. Mindfulness is essentially self-development, and self-development is everything, from the way you eat, to how much you work, to how much you sleep, to how much exercise you do, to how much of a practice you are creating in your day to help you reach a peak performance and sustain it. So self-development is a big key to the success of swimming and how happy I am in life as well.
205 is good. As long as you keep him this pace all the way, you're good, Tom. And you're on a good line like this.
Everyone thought I was crazy because I wanted to do these swims, and they're like, he's not going to do it. There's no way he can swim around Malta. So there was essentially no pressure on me, but now things have changed and everyone is expecting me to always complete these swims, so it feels like there's a lot more pressure on me. To manage this pressure, it's just a lot of breath work, a lot of sitting down and just trying to unpack and understand what could happen throughout the swim to be ready for everything. For me to keep strong in the possibility of failure is to not make it about the success of the swim, and to make it about the journey and what I'm learning throughout this journey until the day of the swim. So changing the narrative and not focusing on it's only successful if I complete the swim, then everything gets changed and flipped over to I'm learning and I'm growing so much through this journey to be able to complete a swim. Last year I attempted to swim from Mallorca to Ibiza and around Ibiza, the first 100 miles ever attempted in the sea. After the first 22 hours of swimming, I got stung by my first jellyfish. Do another 2 strokes and get stung by another 2 jellyfish, and then I do another 2 strokes and I get stung by 7 jellyfish. And I quickly put my head up from the water, asked my team to put on torches so I can see what's happening, and I put my face in the water. All I see in front of me is jellyfish, so I'm swimming in a jellyfish aquarium, it felt like. I attempted to swim through this for 3 hours. I got stung 60 times before I felt it was no longer safe for me to continue. But replaying the story over and over and over again in my head in slow motion, I can now understand what happened and how my mindset started to break down during these 3 hours. This failure gave me the opportunity for the biggest growth. Because through this failure, I have now created the ocean mindset.
15 seconds to go.
Based on 5 pillars, 3 main pillars and 2 supporting pillars. The main pillars are the mindset, the breath, and the movement, and the supporting pillars are general upkeep and silence. Everyone wants to be resilient, but are we doing the work to be resilient? We don't know if we're really resilient until we are faced and put in a position where we need to be resilient. But if we are not eating well, if we are not sleeping enough, if we are overworking, if we are feeling like we are burnt out, this is going to give us no chance of being resilient when the time comes. Us using these pillars and creating a practice from these pillars is going to give us a much stronger mindset, give us much more resilience, give us much more ability to be ready for any situation. For someone to start this journey of self-development, finding it difficult or too much, too overwhelming with everything that they have going on in their week, in their life, then I would really recommend that everyone starts with just little small steps. So instead of thinking you want to go for a run for 1 hour, go for a walk in nature. Spending time in nature and connecting with nature is something that is super beneficial and a very big part of the self-development ocean mindset as well. If you want to go for a swim, go for 20 minutes. If you want to go for a run, go for 10 minutes. If you want to go to the gym, go for 20 minutes. And like that, once you succeed and once you go to the gym for 20 minutes, swim for 20 minutes, then you are releasing endorphins and you are getting motivated. Your motivation starts to go up, and then you are likely to want to go again because you succeeded. And when then each time you succeed, then each time you are getting the carrot closer, you know. So I would definitely recommend that you start with small steps and try not to do too much, too soon, too fast. You want to be better at work, you want to be better at school, you want to do better in your exams, then you need the discipline to keep the studying, to keep the learning, to keep being motivated to become better. There's no shortcuts in these things. So the self-development, being mentally strong and being able to handle more high-pressure situations and accessing your peak performance and sustaining this peak performance requires practice and discipline.
Kia, movement that inspires.